Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if you're new, and today I'm really excited to be sharing with you a coloring update edition about the Arrtx pencils, 126 set. And Arrtx, as many of you know, kindly sent this to me to try out. And in this video, what I'm doing, it takes me a while to kind of get to know a art supply. So these are very new to me, and I decided to take you along with me as I'm just playing with them, getting to know them, trying them in different papers and stuff like that. Now, I do want to say a couple of preliminary things, and then I'll tell you some more thoughts at the end. What I like immediately when I was swatching them, what I noticed, and this is just cheap copy paper, is that they're very pigmented. And what I like is for a budget set, is what's unique about it is the dark colors. So I notice a lot of budget sets don't have dark enough colors. So look at this beautiful dark teal. The dark green is fantastic. And these maroony and like purpley colors, the dark ones, are fantastic. They're dark. And I can tell you that, for example, the Brute Funer Square, which is another budget set that I like, it doesn't have good darks at all. And this set does. So I love that. I love the peaches. I wanted to mention, I love the greens and the browns. This is my favorite page now. Something that I love here is the pea green. See this color? Prismacolor does not have this. And it's so annoying. Like, I wish they did, but this is a wonderful green, for example, that I don't have in my Prismacolor set. Another fantastic color that I didn't see in any other set are these two greens, especially the pastel green. It is so light. It's a very, very light green, and I haven't seen that in many sets. It's beautiful. These two colors are beautiful. This one was misprinted, so I don't know the name of it. But it's 5009, also a beautiful green. So I love that. And the neons aren't bad. The yellow is fantastic. The other ones aren't bad either. I noticed that these two colors are unique. This beautiful, it's like a bluish gray. It's called Cadet Blue. That's a very unique color. I love it. Also, Pigeon Blue is a unique kind of grayish lavender that I really, really liked. So I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, I love the browns. So anything else I wanted to mention? Yeah, I wanted to mention that I really like the box, the way that it comes. I feel like I love just being able to just take it out. You do need to have the swatches because the color of the paint doesn't really match always the color that it is. So you do need to rely on swatches. That's unfortunate. But I really like I like the setup of the box like this. It's just really easy to take them in and out. And I kind of like it better than a pencil case, personally. So I'm going to be keeping them in this. So I did want to notice some of them are a little bit waxy and less pigmented than others. So it just depends. But I think for a budget set, they're very good. And another thing I noticed is what I really, really liked about this is that they keep a point for so long. Like if you sharpen it, the point does not break on these. They're very, very sturdy. They're nice and thick. I love the look of the pencil, that I can tell you. Love how they cap the ends. They have a nice weight. But they keep the point for a very, very long time. So I would say the hardness is between Prisma and Polychromos. They're kind of like in between. They're harder than the Brute Funer Square, but they have darker colors. So they're a little bit, I feel like, more pigmented than the Brute Funer. So that is my kind of like first impressions. And let's get into the video. I'm going to kind of take you along as I play with these pencils in different books. So let's get into it. So the first book, I'm going to try the pencils in is this book, and I'm really excited to show this to you guys. Festive Coloring. I saw this, first I saw it on Wendy's channel, Wendy's Coloring, a long time ago during Christmas time. And I thought it was so cute, and I thought it was just something that you could only get in the UK, and I'm in the United States, so but then Bonnie from Coloring Up North showed this on her channel. She said she found it on Book Outlet. So I went on Book Outlet and I was going to get it, but I couldn't find, other books that I wanted to get the free shipping. And with the shipping, it just wasn't really worth it. So I just waited. And then I kept checking eBay, and I found one for a really decent price. So I ended up picking it up. It is so cute. I'm really, really excited about it. And the paper is really nice. It is smooth, but it's a nice thickness. So yeah, I'm going to try it in this. I just wanted to show you that I did get this book. So hopefully you'll see me coloring in it more so in the winter. So I decided to try the pencils in this book because I was just really excited to get this book and also use the pencils. So I decided to go for like a purpley pinky blend for the wall and ceiling for the room. So I started with a dark purple on the bottom, and then I am going up and up. As I go upwards, I'm going lighter and lighter towards the ceiling. And I am loving the darkest color. There's some really nice dark colors. I noticed that on this particular paper, I think it's too smooth of a paper for these pencils. Here you can see I'm making a mistake, so I erased it with my eraser, and they erased pretty nicely. So yeah, this paper is a little bit smooth for it, for these pencils. So I decided to take a Tombow marker, water-based marker, and go on top to give it just more color. I felt like I wanted more color. So it went actually really nicely on top of the pencils, no problem. And I think the effect came out really, really nice. Now I have moved into another book. It's called Keep Calm and Color, Tranquil Trees. I'll show it at the end of this clip, by Marcia Zatino. And this is a double-sided book. The paper, it's by Dover, and the paper is similar to Amazon paper, but a little bit thicker. So it has much more tooth than the previous book that I was trying them on, and I really like them on this particular paper. So I feel like these pencils would do great on Amazon paper and that kind of more of like a rougher, porous type of paper. So I'm liking how they're working here, and I'm just layering blues. Started with a light blue, now I'm going in with a darks, a little bit darker to add some shading. Then I took some pinks to add some color, and also some yellows. Then I decided to start on the leaves, and I went for like a tealish kind of blend, and I really, really liked it. Sorry it wasn't as much in frame. I hope that's better. Yeah, so I'm just testing them out, liking them on this paper, loving the colors. And this is just a fun, really, really fun page. I love trees. And you can kind of see where I'm putting the darkest colors to make it look like the leaf is a little bit curved. And you can see a highlight on the top. Wherever the curve is, that is where I'm leaving the white. So that's a cute, a pretty easy trick for like leaves. Not that I'm an expert in leaves by any means. Now I am taking some darker colors, adding a little bit more depth and shading, starting on the tree trunk and going from there. And I feel like this is a layering type of pencil. So yeah, I feel like it's more of a layering type of pencil. I did layer it. The laydown is finer, so I had to layer the colors, and I feel like it could even have a little bit more. It needs maybe a little bit more, but some of them are waxy and soft, but I feel like most of them are more similar to similar to polychromos, where you need to kind of layer them. That is my impression, at least on this paper so far. So, but I do love how it came out, and especially this like background. So we're going to move on to the next book. I forgot to show the front. This is Keep Calm in Color, Tranquil Trees. And it's a Dover book. And yeah, the paper it's better than Amazon, but it is still kind of like a rougher paper and thinner. It's not like a smooth kind of paper. So they work nicely on this kind of book. The next book I'm going to try them on is Botanicum, because I wanted to see them on the Maria Troll kind of paper. So I decided to open this whip, which I have been working on slowly over time. And I thought I would take like a reddish orangey kind of blend to do these flowers in. And what I really like, they work really nicely on this paper, by the way. It's fantastic paper, but yeah, they work nicely here. I'm liking them. And what I like about them is that they keep a point. They're a little bit harder, so they keep a point for a long time, and you can really do like fine detail. So I'm noticing that they're great for like small areas, such as these flowers. And I'm really liking these orange colors that they have in the set. And the peaches. There's a lot of great peaches, and I use peach a lot in my blends, so for me it's perfect. So yeah, and then later on I will probably go in and cover the black lines with a white like paint pen. Okay, so I wanted to show you another one that I'm trying here. This is Color the Classics Beauty and the Beast. I haven't colored in this yet. But today I saw a color along with Coloring with Alina, and she did, not in this book, in another book, bricks. And she used a couple of colors. She was using Prismacolor, and it looked so satisfying and fun. I decided to try it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use my Arrtx pencils and see them on this paper. I don't know how much tooth this has. It does have some tooth. So I'm going to show you the color combinations, similar to what she used, basically. So this one's called Beige, and she did use her Prismacolor Beige to do the top part. Now I'm going to go a little bit darker than she did, just here on the bottom. This one's dark brown, and let's take sienna brown. And this one is burnt ochre. She only used burnt ochre and beige in her bricks, but it just looked like so much fun, so I decided to try it. And I don't know if this paper has enough tooth to get enough layers, but I think I'll be able to do it here. Let's take the beige. So that is that brick, and then show you the other one. The other one is like this combo. It's similar to what she did, not exactly. So this one is called, what is this? Mars Brown. You have been asking me about my move, my recent move, and I can tell you, this one's called, what is this? Peach, yeah. I can tell you that I really like my new area much better. There's much more nature in my new part, the new part of town that I'm still getting used to it because I'm not that familiar with this part of town. But I really like this area because there's a lot more like nature. There's like grassy hills and stuff. And in my old, this one is, sorry, what is this? Dark salmon. In my old neighborhood, in my old house where we used to live, was a lot of concrete. Like we had a backyard, it was all concrete. There wasn't, you know, there wasn't a lot of nature or anything. It was just streets and concrete and just not very inspiring. A lot of smog, and so where I am now is much, much better. I'll try to show you a view of like my new street. It's up on a hill, and you could see like grassy hills. It's really, really nice. Okay, so that is I feel like I did a better job on that. Maybe this one needs a little more work. A little bit more layers, and I am able to achieve a nice amount here, actually. It just looks so satisfying watching her color the bricks. So I thought, wait a minute, what book do I have? I knew I had a book with like a bricks page, and I was thinking of this one, and I thought it was another one, and then I was like, oh, was it Anne of Green Gables or was it Beauty and the Beast? So I looked at Anne of Green Gables and I couldn't find it in there. And then I was like, oh, it's in Beauty and the Beast. So that is, now I was trying to, where are my grays? Oh, here. I was trying to do some lighter grays here in the, but I think I'm finding a little bit scratchy, so I don't think this is the best paper for it. Like I'm barely getting any pigment. See that? Look, I'm pressing, barely getting any pigment. If I press hard here, I am able to get, so I think it depends on the paper. But I don't want to press hard on all of that, so I don't think I will be doing, just not getting enough pigment from these grays, so I don't think I will be using these for the gray part, but it did work nicely for the bricks. And I think I will move on to another book to show you some, a different kind of paper. So before I move on to the next book, I wanted to mention that I am a little bit bummed because I feel like this paper is no good. It's a really weird paper, and I tried other pencils on this as well, and I had to fight with the paper. It was just, yeah, not the best paper in my opinion. And I even tried water-based marker to base the wall with, and it totally bled through. So I had to really struggle with this paper. So I still think the bricks came out nicely, but it wasn't easy, I have to say, which is a shame because I really like this book. So I don't know what I'm going to do because I have a couple of other ones, and I bet they're all the same paper. I don't know. So we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to try the Arrtx pencils in this book, and I saw this book recently on Bonnie's channel, Coloring Up North. I'll link her channel below. And I saw this on her channel. It's the same, from the same series as this, Tranquil Trees, which I saw on Doodle Robot's channel, and I was working on that earlier in the video. And I'm not done with it, but I think I will try. So I already started, and I am liking them on this paper. I already started working on this last night, and I thought I would show you. So I'm using the opera pink, the neon pink in the set, to do a little bit of a neon background. And I did this recently in another page. Hopefully you'll see in the my completed pages in the next coming months, but I really like the effect of like a neon background. So this is working really nicely on this paper. I feel like with these pencils, and this is the case with many pencils, you really need the right paper, and I feel like these pencils need some tooth. And this paper does have tooth. So far I didn't really like them on a smooth paper. Let me know what your experience is with them. That is just so far what I am noticing. But on this paper they're working. And I have actually another book that I want to try them on. I feel like I'm gonna make a note that on these books, these pencils work nicely on this book. They are a harder, I've noticed while coloring with them, they are hard. A lot of them are hard. So some of them are soft. They're not all the same like texture. Some of them are waxy and soft, softer than others. Some are hard. So I have noticed a variation. Tell me if you guys have noticed that as well. I know so many of you guys love these pencils, so. Okay, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I'll speed it up. Yeah, I've been really loving using neons lately. I need to do a video about that. I think I will when I do my how to choose colors video. But the laydown is very fine, and so you can kind of build it up in certain areas, so it's looking really good. Okay, so I did the background, and now I'm going to show you this blend, which I was working on last night, and I'm just going to... So I am able to achieve layers, which is really nice. So I feel like I can do 3 or 4 layers, at least on this paper. And the laydown is fine so that it creates a nice effect. Yeah, just speeding you up again here. Sorry, I tend to talk really slow when I'm coloring because it's hard for me to focus on coloring and talking. So I apologize for how slow I am, but hopefully it's okay. So that is that blend, and it was just browns and like ochres. And then I'm gonna do this blend here, which I really like. So I have ocean green, and then I have parrot green, this one, what is this? Lime. It's called lime green. I don't know if I would name it that. It reminds me of True Green by Prismacolor. And then this one is awesome. This is an awesome color. Pastel green. You can't find this in a lot of... Let me show you the color. Look at that. It's fantastic, this color. So that is the blend here. And I will fast forward you a bit for that one. Just doing this teal blend again, and I really, really love it. Especially with that lime green, it kind of adds a lot to the blend, I feel like. Okay, future Maya here. I figured out that these pencils have a learning curve for me because they're kind of like in between a soft pencil and a hard pencil. It's in between. So on one hand, it's similar to a waxy kind of Prismacolor. On one hand, it's similar to the polychromos because it's hard, and these do not break. Like this is like such a hard point. No matter how hard you try, you will not break this. It's amazing. But I figured out that there is a learning curve here, and you need to layer them. You can get an incredible amount of pigment out of these, but they need to be layered. So I want to show you something here. I did this leaf with the Brutfuner squares, which are also very good, and they are softer than the Arrtx. These are softer. However, if you see here, it's not as pigmented. Look at the dark color. The darks are not, the Brutfuner doesn't have good darks. It's not that dark, and it needs to be much darker than this. And then this leaf I did with the Arrtx. And look how dark that inner part is. I love how for a budget set, this set has a lot of good darks, and the darks are pigmented. That's what you need, and a lot of times you can't find that in the budget sets. So, but you need to layer them. So if you see here, I was struggling a little bit because I feel like this is not dark enough, this brown. And then I took the burnt umber and I went over it. So actually it can take more layers than you would think. And I did another layer. See how here the brown is darker than here? It's much, much better. So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to just take and do another layer. And I am pressing hard, but look at the nice pigment that I can get from it. I feel like you can get darker pigment than the Brutfuner square. Even though this is harder, it's a harder pencil. So these need to be layered. Look at that beautiful color that I got. So look at the nice pigment what you get when you layer them and you press a little bit harder. I think I wasn't pressing hard enough. And I wasn't layering enough. So these need to be layered. And you just, if you want more pigment, go over it again. And you can really get an incredible amount of pigment out. Look at that. That's really good for a budget set, the darkness that you can achieve there. So let me get that in frame. See how you just need to layer it more. That's what I was missing. So I would say this is kind of a layering type of pencil, and you can get really good pigment out of it. So I wanted to show that to you. I had definitely a learning curve, but I think I'm figuring it out. And all I'm doing here is taking the magenta from the Arrtx set and adding a little bit more depth to the neon background. So I'm adding some shading there to make that neon background stand out a little more. I felt like this was just not brown enough. I didn't like the effect here. And then I took the same pencil, burnt umber, and I just went over. Look, I went over it here, and look how nice. Look at the effect that you get. Much, much better. They need to be layered, and they can layer a lot. So if you layer them, you will get really good pigment. Look at how beautiful that is when you add just that extra layer that it needed. You see that? The difference? Here I don't have enough, and I'm gonna go on top and just add another layer. And so there's different browns here. I think if you layer multiple browns, like multiples of the same color, or you go over it a couple of times, that is when you really get the good depth of color that you need. So this is really, really nice now. I'm loving how it looks. Much, much better. Okay, so I wanted to show you here, this green I based with a water-based marker. And I felt like it needed a little green because the tree, I made it like fall colors, so I needed like some green. So I wanted to show you how I am using the Arrtx pencils on top of the water-based marker. And look at the beautiful gradient that I was able to get, which I feel like with a Prisma, I don't know if I would be able to get that because it's chunkier, like Prisma is chunkier. This one is a finer finer laydown, and I was still able to get a really nice dark color, which would not happen with the Brute Ferner squares. As I said, Brute Ferner doesn't have this like dark green. So this one is, it's called Dark Teal, and I'm going along the border here. It's just a little trick to, if you baste like a big area. Sorry, that, by the way, that the sound in the background is my ice cream machine. It's called the Ninja Creamy, so I apologize for the sound. But it's a way to make like healthy ice cream, and I'm like obsessed with it. But anyway, so I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but anyway, this is the dark teal, and look at the beautiful darkness of this color. Like, this is what I love about these pencils, is the dark colors. You really need good dark colors. And then I'm taking emeralds, and I'm going on top of that and beyond. So you go on top of the previous color and then beyond. To layer. And look how much nicer that looks rather than leaving the flat color of just water-based. It's okay. I mean, you can just do straight coloring. There's no problem with that. But this just gives it that extra, beauty, I feel like. So I just wanted to show you just 2 colors over the green. Look what a difference. Look how nice that looks. I just love it. So these work great on top of water-based markers, depending on the paper. I feel like you need a paper with a little bit of tooth to it, not like a very smooth paper. But on this paper, they work beautifully. So I just wanted to show that to you. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the episode, the video. I had a lot of fun playing with these. They're still very new to me. I'm still learning, and I still need to play with them more to kind of figure them out. So I will update you as I go along with them. But I hope you enjoyed my initial playing around and thoughts about them. And thank you so much to Arrtx for sending them to me. I really appreciate it. I will leave all the information and links in the description box below. And again, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful coloring week and month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.